ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। प्रज्ञानां सुप्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान्स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नो मायासङ्ख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि। यो विश्वात्मा विदिजविषयान् प्राश्य स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमतिविभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः। We are seeing on page number 8 the prayojanam of Brahma Vidya is defined as Advaitam. Advaitam is prayojanam, means not that where I don't experience otherness, but I don't give reality to otherness. When it is said yatra nanyat pashyati nanyat shrunoti nanyat vijanati sabhuma, the anya darshana shravana vijnana ityadi nishedha only means that there is no real other. If at all I experience the other, it is in the realm of apparent things. In Bhashya on page number 8, on top, couple of quotations are given. Yatra hi dvaitam iva bhavati, and there the number is given 2414. And then yatra va anya diva syat tatra anyo anyat pashyet anyo anyat vijaniyat, that quotation number is given 2414. Actually it is 4331. And where it is given yatra tu asya sarvam atma eva bhut tatkenakam pashyet tatkenakam vijaniyat, actually it is 2 4 14. So second and third quotation numbers are reversed, so they have to be corrected. I hope you understood what I said. The number of quotation number Upanishad number 2 or quotation number 2 Upanishad reference, whatever is given, actually is of third quotation. And whatever is given for third is of the second. And that actually reveals something wonderful. In 2 4 14, two things are mentioned. Yatra hi dvaitam iva bhavati tad itara itaram pashyati itara itad shrunoti itara itad vijanati ityadi. This is Anvaya part. And later in the same mantra, Vyatireka is given, Yatra tu asya sarvam atma eva bhut tad kenakam pashyet ityadi. It is slightly different. It says Yatra va asya sarvam atma eva bhut, whereas here it is given Yatra tvasya sarvam atma eva bhut, and that should be there. That is 4 5 15. Four 5 15 quotation, you will find that 4 5 15, fourth chapter, fifth Brahmana is similar to second chapter, fourth Brahmana, just slight difference in mantra. So then 2 4 14 also you can find in 4 5 14. I know you might be a little bit confused with these numbers. If you don't understand anything, I will explain what you have to do. Don't change any numbers, just listen to what I am saying. What I am trying to tell you is, or what Upanishad is trying to tell is, in the same mantra there is Anvaya and Vyatireka, which is of what is said in the Tika, second line, न च द्वैतस्य अविद्याकृतस्य विद्यमान देहत्वे प्रमाणम अस्ति इति आशंक्य अन्वय व्यतिरेकानुविधायिनीं श्रुतिम उदाहरति. That अन्वय व्यतिरेक is given in one mantra itself. That where there is Dvaitam, there Bheda Buddhi is there in the form of different pramata, different prameya, different prama, etc. And where such Dvaitam is not there, then there is oneness. And there pramata, pramana, prameya, bheda is not existing. Now, this Dvaita is avidyakrita. So sometimes Anvaya Vyatireka is used in this way, the way it is given here. When there is avidya, then there is Dvaitam. When there is absence of avidya, there is absence of Dvaitam. Therefore, Dvaitam is because of avidya. But sometimes, and in particular in this Upanishad itself, in 3rd chapter, you will see that when mind is, Dvaitam is in Jagrat Swapna, and when mind is not, in Sushupti, then Dvaitam is not. Therefore, mind is the cause of Dvaitam. So sometimes it will be said Atma, avidya is the cause of Dvaitam, and sometimes mind is the cause of Dvaitam. So then you should understand avidya alone in manifest form is expressing as mind. So whether you say avidya is the cause of Dvaitam or mind is the cause of Dvaitam, more or less it means the same thing. Okay. Now see further in Tika. Fifth line from top in Tika. तथा च विद्या तो द्वैत निवृत्ति निर्देशात् तस्य अविद्यात्मवत् द्योतते. विद्यातः द्वैत निवृत्ति निर्देशात्. थ्रू विद्या द्वैत निवृत्ति विल गो, and therefore tasya avidyatvam avadyotate. By showing that Dvaita will go by Vidya, it is pointed out that Dvaita is because of avidya. Atma Vishayaka avidya is the cause of Dvaitam. Sixth number tippani you can see. तथा च इति विद्यावस्थायां सर्वस्य आत्ममात्रत्व कथनात्. Because in विद्यावस्था it is said everything is Atma. Yatra tu vasya sarvam Atma eva abhut. There yatra means vidyavastha. In vidyavastha everything is Atma. Therefore Dvaita nivritti is because of avidya. आदि शब्देन इह, आदि शब्देन आदि शब्दात् नेहनानेत्यधिष्ठान निष्ठत्यंताभाव प्रतियोगित्वं द्वैतस्य अभिदधत् वाक्यं वाचारंभण वाक्यं च गृहीतम्. In the Bhashya where it is said ityadi shrutibhyo asya arthasya siddhihi. Asya arthasya siddhihi इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः. कस्य अर्थस्य? आत्मनः अविद्याकृतस्य द्वैतस्य. आत्मनः अविद्या, आत्मा विषयक अविद्या तत्कृत द्वैत is all avidyaka. There what is said ityadi shrutibhyah, that ityadi adi padena, adi shabdat, you can also use nehananasti kinchana shruti. What does that shruti show? Adhisthana nishthatyanta bhava pratiyogitvam द्वैतस्य. द्वैत is अत्यंता भाव प्रतियोगी. अत्यंता भाव प्रतियोगी is द्वैत. In Dvaita there will be Atyanta-bhav Pratiyogitvam. So Pratiyogita will be in Dvaita. Yasya bhava sa Pratiyogi. And where is this Pratiyogita? Adhisthana Nishtha. Always, whenever there is something which is only appearance, that appearance requires one adhishthanam, one substratum. So adhisthana nishtha atyanta bhav pratiyogitvam will be in Dvaita, and therefore you need adhisthana jnana. अधिष्ठानावशेषो ही नाशः कल्पित वस्तुनः. कल्पित वस्तुनः नाशः is अधिष्ठान avashesha. Like in Rajju, if there is Sarpa Anubhava, that Sarpa Nasha is nothing but Rajju Matra Rupena Avashesha. Rajju alone remains. And how that will happen? By Rajju Jnanam. When I gain the knowledge of Rajju, Sarpa Brahma will go. Along with Sarpa Brahma, Sarpa also will grow. So when this happens, then Dvaita Nivritti, Rajju and Sarpa, that duality is gone, Rajju alone will remain. In the same way, Atma and Jagat, this is the Dvaitam. So when Jagat is eliminated through Vidya, Atma alone will remain. This is one quotation. So where it is said, Neha nanasti kinchana. Neha is the adhisthana. Iha is the adhisthana. Iha Brahmani. Adhisthane nana nasti. There is no many. And the other vakya is Vacharambhana Vakyam. Vacharambhana Vakyam, 7 number tippani. Adhisthana Satyatva Bodhaya Vakyantaram Samuchinoti. Vachoti is given. It should be Vacheti, not Vachoti. Adhisthana Satyatva Bodhaya Vakyantaram Samuchinoti. Adhishthanam alone is Satyam, that is shown here. By this Vakya. So Vacharambhana Vakya says that entire Dvaita Prapancha is only Alambana of Vacha, of Vani. Means they are only words. Different words are used for the same Vastu, same Advitiya Vastu. This is Vacharambhanam. So when we use these words, sun, moon, Akasha, Vayu, Agnihi, all of them are different words. Bhuram Bhansyanalo Nilombaramaha Natho Himamshuh Puman. इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदम. So this characharaatmakam jagat, whatever is experience, is actually nothing but that one entity. That one entity I am, everything else is only different names. So this bodha should become very firm. अस्य अर्थस्य सिद्धिः, अस्य अर्थस्य द्वैतगत अविद्याकृतत्वस्य इत्यर्थः. द्वैतगत अविद्याकृत. सो द्वैतगत अविद्याकृतत्व. In the Dvaita there is avidyakrtatva, means Dvaita is avidyakarya. This siddhi is done through all the Shruti Vakyas, and then if you want yukti, a lot of yuktis, some yuktis are given in this text, but other granthas they provide lot of such yuktis also. Okay, further now, next page. टीका. विषय प्रयोजनाद्यानुबंधोपन्यासमुखेन ग्रंथारंभे स्थिते सत्यादौ प्रकरण चतुष्टयस्य प्रत्येकम् असंकीर्णं प्रमेयं प्रतिपत्ति सौकर्यार्थं सूचयितव्यम् इत्याह. विषय प्रयोजन, all these are part of अनुबंध. विषय प्रयोजनाद्या अनुबंध उपन्यास मुखेन, 5 number टिप्पणी says अनुबंध इति. अनुबंध is what? प्रवृत्ति प्रयोजक ज्ञान विषयत्वम अनुबंधत्वम. प्रवृत्ति प्रयोजक ज्ञानम is अनुबंधम. Its Vishaya will be Anubandhatvam. So that knowledge which will make my pravritti happen, should I engage or not, that Jnanam is called Anubandha. So if I should attend Mandukya class or not, so the question will be, what is your prayojanam? What are you looking for? So if I say I am looking for hunger nivritti, then it is said this Mandukya Upanishad will not remove your hunger. If I say I want samsara nivritti, then it is said Mandukya Upanishad will remove your samsara. So your prayojanam and what is accomplished through this Upanishad Adhyanam is similar, is same. Therefore, I will have pravritti in this Adhyanam. So, pravritti prayojaka jnanam is anubandham, tad vishayatvam anubandhatvam. This jnanam is of two types. Taccha jnanam dvividham. You see in tippani 5 number. Sweshta sadhanatva prakarakam swakriti sadhyatva prakarakam cheti. Swa ishta sadhanatva. What is my ishta? This anubandha will tell me if this whatever is there at hand is my sadhanam for my ishta or not. So my ishta is samsara nivritti, and this Mandukya, its prayojanam is also the same, samsara nivritti. Therefore it is my ishta sadhanam. So swa ishta sadhanatva will be there. Anubandha will explain one of that. Second thing, swakriti sadhyatvam. So swakriti sadhyatva, whatever is my sadhya, I can accomplish through this. Kriti sadhyatva means prayatna sadhya. Whatever is my prayatna sadhya means whatever that I am looking for through this effort, it will happen here. So ishta sadhanatva and kriti sadhyatva, both will be there in Anubandha. So here we know my ishta is samsara nivritti, and it is through this adhyanam. So that is kriti sadhya, prayatna sadhya. Because if somebody says, okay, your samsara nivritti will happen, but for samsara nivritti you will have to stand on one leg for 2 years. I say, forget it. I can't stand on 2 legs properly. You are asking me to stand on one leg. It is not going to happen. So, see in Tika, Vishaya Prayojanadi, in Anubandha, Vishaya Prayojana Adhikari and Sambandha. Anubandha Upanyasa Mukhena Grantharambhe Sthite. Upanyasa Mukhena means Vyakhyanam. Upanyasa means Vyakhyanam. By defining them in the beginning of the text itself, which is the niyama, which is the rule. Every time in the beginning of the text itself you have to define Anubandha. Grantharambhe Sthite Satyadau Prakarana Chatushtayasya Sthite Sati Adau. When this happens, then in the beginning, Prakarana Chatushtayasya Pratyekam Asankirnam Prameyam Suchaitavyam. Entire Mandukya Upanishad has one Prameyam, one Vishaya, one topic, Jiva Brahma Aikya. But it has 4 chapters. So now Tikakar says, what is the subject dealt in each chapter, you will have to tell. We know all 4 chapters put together are discussing one subject. But also you have to define as a commentator what is the subject matter of each chapter. Pratyekam Prakaranam, each prakarana of these 4 chapters, Prakarana Chatushtayasya, Asankirnam Prameyam. Asankirnam means distinct subject, what is dealt with in each chapter. Suchaitavyam should be indicated. Why? Pratipatti Saukaryartham, so that I can easily grasp that subject. And this is the mastery of a good commentator or a good teacher, that they will have to explain what is discussed in each chapter. They should. Like how in Bhagavad Gita 18 chapters are there, but each chapter has a subject. Entire Bhagavad Gita has one subject, no doubt, but each chapter has different subject. Now if the teacher doesn't highlight that in this chapter this is discussed, next chapter this something else is discussed, in the earlier chapter we discussed something else, if these things are not highlighted, for students there is confusion. Recently somebody told me, one of the senior Swamis, that in 3rd chapter of Gita and 4th chapter of Gita and 5th chapter of Gita, Karma Yoga, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga and Karma Sannyasa Yoga, all shlokas look very similar. Means some students can't understand the distinction, and it is the flaw of the teacher. That teacher has failed to explain. See, you can explain every word, you can explain every shloka, but you also will have to explain each chapter as a unit, and how one chapter differs from next chapter, and each chapter has a distinct prayojanam. If it has distinct prameyam, it has distinct prayojanam. Like Karma Yoga is a separate topic and has a separate purpose. And Karma Yoga also begins with the idea that there are two paths. Lokesmin dvividha nishtha pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yogena. And in 5th chapter also Bhagavan talks about that there are two paths. You say, what, the same thing what you said in 3rd chapter, again you are saying the same thing. Only thing, there you named it Karma Yoga, here you are giving the name Karma Sannyasa Yoga. There is a difference. And if such differences are not highlighted, students will be confused. So here you see, for pratipatti saukaryartham pratyekam prakarana chatushtayam asankirnam prameyam, chatushtayasya asankirnam prameyam suchaitavyam. So, what is said is, each chapter is explained separately with its prameyam. See in the bhashya. Tatra tavad onkar nirnayaya prathamam prakaranam agama pradhanam आत्मतत्व प्रतिपत्ति उपाय भूतम. ओंकार निर्णयाय प्रथमम प्रकरणम. First chapter is for ओंकार निर्णय. ओंकार निर्णय means ओंकार स्वरूप निश्चयाय, for ओंकार स्वरूप निश्चय. So whenever such number is given in the tippani, then immediately I will just read the tippani part, you understand that. It is agama pradhanam. Agama pradhanam means that in this chapter the Upanishad Vakyas are given, which are the Veda Vakyas. And it is Atma Tattva Pratipatti Upaya Bhutam. It is for Atma Tattva Pratipatti, so that Atma Jnanam can take place. Pratipatti means Jnanam. Yasya टीका ओंकार प्रकरणस्य असंकीर्णम प्रमेयम संगृह्णाति. So first chapter will be called Onkar Prakarana, and its prameya is Onkar Nirnaya. Tan Nirnayaya Prakaranam Arabdham iti ayuktam. Now somebody says, why this chapter should be for Onkar Nirnaya? Why not? Because tan nirnaye praman abhavat. There is no pramanam that says in first chapter there is Onkar Nirnaya, means Onkarasya Swarupa Nishchaya. What is the nature of Om? There is no proof, there is no pramana to verify that first chapter is talking about that. And tasya cha anupayogitvat. Why would I want to know what is the use of this Onkara Nirnaya? I am not interested in doing Onkara Swarupa Nishchaya. I am interested in Samsara Nivritti. So why should I put forth effort in Onkara Nirnaya, Onkara Swarupa Nishchaya? आत्म प्रतिपत्तिर ही पुरुषार्थोपयोगिनी इत्याशंक्य आगम इत्यादि विशेषण द्वयम. He says आत्म प्रतिपत्ति is पुरुषार्थोपयोगिनी, not ओंकार स्वरूप निश्चय. Knowledge of Atma is useful for my purushartha. So it is said, this is agama pradhana, means this is discussed in Vedas and therefore there is pramanam, and it is atma tattva pratipatti upaya bhutam. Through this first chapter you will know the nature of Atma. So the question is the first chapter talking about nature of Om, or is the first chapter talking about nature of Atma? So what is the answer? Om is Atma. Therefore, when you understand the nature of Om, you will understand the nature of Atma. Who says this? Vedas have said this. So Veda is pramanam in explaining that Atma Swarupa is what is discussed here. So Agama also talks about the nature of Omkara, Pranava, and this Om itself is Atma. It is explained in the first chapter itself, and therefore it is upayogi, it is worthwhile doing that Omkara Swarupa Vichara. Further, तद उपदेश प्रधानम मांडुक्योपनिषद व्याख्यान रूपम. मांडुक्य उपनिषद व्याख्यान is dependent upon the ओंकार उपदेश or आत्म उपदेश. So the teaching of Mandukya Upanishad has ओंकार or Atma as primary. When I understand Om itself is Atma. Om has akara, ukara, makara and silence. Atma has prathama pada, dvitiya pada, tritiya pada and turiya, chaturtha pada. So akara, ukara, makara and amatra. Similarly, prathama, dvitiya, tritiya pada and chaturtha pada turiya. In this way, Mandukya Upanishad Vyakhyana has Onkara Nirnaya, Onkara Swarupa as pradhanam. Tena tatra pramanyat ukto nirnayah setsyati न तु इदम युक्ति प्रधानम युक्तिलेशस्य सतोपि गुणत्वात् अप्रधानत्वात्. तेन तत्र तेन प्रथम प्रकरणस्य ओंकार निर्णायकत्वेन, फर्स्ट चैप्टर बीइंग द ओंकार निर्णायक, मेकिंग द निर्णय ऑफ ओम, प्रथम प्रकरणस्य आगम व्याख्यानतायाः आगम रूपत्वेन वा. फर्स्ट चैप्टर is agama vyakhyan, is exposition on Agama. Tatra means Onkar Nirnaye. In the Onkar Nirnaya, Pramanyat, there is a Pramana, and therefore this Onkar Nirnaya is Setsyati, Siddhyati. It is possible, it is worthwhile. And first chapter is not Yukti Pradhana, it is Agama Pradhana. So the main theme in first chapter is Upanishad mantras. Yukti leshasya satopi, even though some yukti may be there because of the karikas, gunatvat, it is gauna, apradhanatvat. Guna means it is secondary, it is not primary. Yukti is secondary in the first chapter. Second, third, fourth is all yukti pradhana, because there is no shruti. Shruti is there in first chapter. Second, third, fourth is all yukti. But in first chapter also some yukti will be there, because I have to do yukti for Anvaya Vyatireka, to do Bheda between Jagrat Swapna Shushupti and Sadharmya Vaidharmya Vichara between Vishwa Taijasa Prajna ityadi, whatever will come. So that is indicated. न च अयं ओंकार निर्णयो न उपयुज्यते. This ओंकार निर्णय न उपयुज्यते means it is not upayogi, is not true. Why? यद आत्मनस् तत्वम अनारोपित रूपम तत् प्रतिपत्ता उपायत्वात्. Atma which is not aropita means there where there is no superimposition, such Atma, anaropita rupa Atma, its pratipatti, its jnanam is made possible through this chapter. Therefore, this chapter is useful. So, what we are aware of, I know myself. It is said, you know yourself with superimposition of anatma. I do not know myself as devoid of these superimposed aspects. So, in the world, people know themselves as man, woman, belonging to some varna, some ashrama, then some relations, somebody is shishya, somebody is guru, somebody is pita, somebody is putra, somebody is pati, somebody is patni. This is what is said. Shishya acharyataya tathaiva pitruputradhyatmana bhedatah. In this way I know. And then Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. This was more prevalent earlier. Now people know themselves as, oh, I am a banker, I am a manager, I am a worker here, I am kothari, bhandari, tantri, mantri, santri, somebody I am. Or I am acharya, shishya, or I am nobody. This is another people, oh, I am nobody, I am so humble. This is also another abhimana, because with abhimana only they say, no, I am nobody. Means please recognize me that I am nobody. In this way, this is my new identity. This is all aropita only, bhranti. So first chapter will tell me anaropita rupa. What is the nature of Atma where there is no superimposition? Tat pratipatti upayatvat. So this jnanam I will get here. And when I understand that I am not interested in knowing myself as some laukika person, vyavaharika person, Then Upanishad says, okay, now I will tell you who you are in Paramarthik nature. Because as long as I am interested in knowing myself as a Vyavaharik person, Upanishad is not interested in telling me that I am absolute reality. Because anyway, this person is not interested. He is more interested in becoming something. Well, let him be. Even teaching is something that you do only out of expressing the gratitude towards Shastra and Guru Parampara. It is not that you are interested in becoming teacher. If you become interested in becoming a teacher and a popular teacher, again there is a problem. Objective should be that I am only interested in expressing my gratitude that whatever I have learnt, I would be interested in passing it on. Further here now. तत्प्रतिपत्तेश्च मुक्तिफलत्वात्. When this anaropita atma pratipatti takes place, the result of that is liberation. Tatpratipattehe means atmanah anaropita rupa pratipatti. Atma without any superimposed ideas, that knowledge is mukti phala. It will give you liberation. Such a clear explanation what is required for freedom. मुक्ति फलत्वात्. अतश्च आद्यं प्रकरणम ओंकार निर्णय अवांतर फलद्वारेण तत्वज्ञाने परमफले पर्यवस्यति इति उपदेशवशाद् अधिगंतव्यम इत्यर्थः. And therefore आद्यम प्रकरणम, the first chapter, ओंकार निर्णय अवांतर फलद्वारेण. ओमकार निर्णय is avantar phala. Through that tattva parama phale, tattva jnanam, I am Brahma, this parama phala is where this will culminate, paryavasyati. So actually what will happen is, parama phala is the phalam of the entire Mandukya Upanishad. Each chapter will contribute something. All put together will give me Paramaphalam. It is like they give Drishtanta in Purva Mimamsa. Let us say there is a yaga I have to do, a big homa. So Dravya Tyaga is done, and then first that Sankalpa will be taken, then I make all the offerings. So let us say I have to do Ganapati Homa, Navagraha Homa. This is just Laukika Drishtanta. Ganapati Homa, Navagraha Homa, Rudra Homa and Sudarshana Homa. Let us say this is four things I have to do. So on the first day you take Sankalpa of all 4 things. That I will do Ganapati Homa, Navagraha Homa, Rudra Homa, Sudarshana Homa. All this will be accomplished by me. Now you are not going to do all 4 at one time. And you are the Yajamana. So Yajamana is going to be there. He has to be present in each of them. So first one yaga will be done, then second yaga, then third yaga, then fourth yaga. Now when first yaga is complete, it will produce its punya phala, adrishta. Now second yaga is done. This second yaga will have its own adrishta, punya phala. Third will have its own, fourth will have its own. Now the entire thing, is it one unit or are they separate? So if I have done sankalpa of doing all four as one, in this example, somebody may say, I will do only 3, I don't want to do 4, they can choose that. But when they do Darsha Purnamasa, Darsha on Amavasya, you have to do 3 yaga, like today. So they will be doing, today is Amavasya, they will do 3 yagas. All 3 are must. If there is no option, there is no vikalpa. When you do all 3, the punya phala of 3 put together will be added. Similarly, on Purnima, when you do 3 more, all 6 put together will produce Parama Adrishtam. In the same way here, each chapter has its own phalam. Entire Upanishad with all 4 chapters phalam together will produce Parama phalam. But here phalam is not in the form of punya karma. More and more clear understanding of Atma. So tattva jnane parama phale paryavasyati iti upadeshavashat adhigantavyam ityarthaha. This is what one should understand, adhigantavyam. वैतथ्य प्रकरणस्य अवांतर विषय विशेषम दर्शयति. वैतथ्य प्रकरण, इट्स अवांतर विषय विशेषम. So there is one, this is the second chapter now. Vaitatthya Prakarana is the second chapter. It has a different Vishaya, Avantar Vishaya, means a secondary, slightly different subject matter of second chapter. That's why it is separate chapter. That is what is shown now. Avantar Vishaya Vishesham Darshayati Yasya. See in Bhashya. Yasya Dvaita Prapanchasyopashame Advaita Pratipatti Rajvamiva Sarpadi Vikalposhpashame Rajju Tattva Pratipatti. Yasya Dvaita Prapanchasya Upashame. That Dvaita Prapancha, on whose Upashama, Upashama means on whose elimination, Advaita Pratipatti will take place. Advaita Jnanam will take place. Advaita Pratipatti. Pratipatti. Pratipatti is Hrasva with Visarga. Visarga Lopa will take place. Rori Sutra will apply. Hrasva will become Dirgha. Rajvam Iva Sarpadi Vikalpa Upashame. This is Drishtanta Rajju Tattva Pratipatti. When Sarpa Adi Vikalpa, Sarpa Udakadhara, the stream of water, the crack in the earth, or a flower, dry flower garland, all these are different ideas instead of Rajju, a rope. Rajvam Iva Sarpadi Vikalpa Upashame Rajju Tattva Pratipatti. What is the essential thing there is Rajju. Rajju Tattva, its essence is recognized. Rajju Tattva Pratipatti. That knowledge takes place. So in this way, the Jnanam is available. In the same way, when Dvaita Prapancha Upashama takes place, then Advaita Pratipatti will take place. In other words, Dvaita Mithya I should understand. Unless and until I understand Dvaita is mithya, Advaita I will not be able to understand. That's why in Advaita Siddhi, Siddhi means Nishchaya. For Advaita Nishchaya, you have to do Dvaita Mithyatva Nishchaya. For that Dvaita Mithyatva Nishchaya, only so much effort the Acharyas take. तस्य द्वैतस्य हेतुतः वैतथ्य प्रतिपादनाय द्वितीयं प्रकरणम्. Of this द्वैत हेतुतः वैतथ्य, हेतुतः means through reasoning, हेतु will be given. दृश्यत्वात्, द्वैत is mithya because of दृश्यत्व. In टीका it is given. Okay, let's see टीका. आरोपित निषेधे सति अनारोपित प्रतिपत्ति स्वाभाविकी इति अत्र दृष्टान्तमः. When aropita, when superimposed thing is negated, then anaropita pratipatti, what is not superimposed, means the substratum, essence, its knowledge will take place. When whatever is superimposed is eliminated, then the essence will be recognized. Swabhaviki, it is natural, iti atra drashtantama. Rajvam iva iti. So we already read that part. Rajvam iva sarpadi vikalpopashame rajju pratipatti. Hetu to, what are the hetus? Drishyatwadi, antavatwadi, युक्तिवशाद इत्यर्थः. हेतु इज दृश्यत्व, अंतवत्व, जड़त्व, परिच्छिन्नत्व, all this amshitva, they will be hetu. Here all are hetu, all are not given, but you can use all these hetus. Whatever is drishya will be mithya, whatever is parichinna is mithya, what was not there earlier and what will not be there later. In the beginning it is not there, at the end it is not there, in the middle it only appears. Like our body, it was not there earlier, it will not be there later, so in the middle it appears, that is why it is mithya. Our indriyas, antakarana, earlier it is not there, later also it is not there, in between it appears, therefore they are mithya, or they are jada. Either they are drishya, they are adyantavan, they have beginning end, or they are drishya. Whatever is drishya is mithya, drashta is satya, because drishya comes and goes. So in this way different kind of yuktis are there. Parichinnatva means what is available at one place at one time as one thing, but is not available at other place at some other time in the form of some other thing, then such things are mithya. So drishyatwadi, antavatwadi, yukti, these are called yukti, that is hetu. So in bhashya it is given tasya dvaitasya hetu to vaitathya pratipadanaya dvitiyam prakaranam. Through hetu, through reasoning, this drishya vastu is established as its vaitathyam. Vaitathyam means there is no tathyam in it, means as it appears it is not there. It is something what it is not, but it is giving an illusion that it is. That is what is called vitat, mithya. So this vaitatthya pratipadanam of dvaita is the purpose of second chapter, vaitatthya pratipadanaya dvitiyam prakaranam. So onkara nirnayaya prathamam prakaranam, vaitatthya pratipadanaya द्वैतस्य वैतथ्य, नाट् आत्मनः, द्वैतस्य वैतथ्य प्रतिपादनाय द्वितीयं प्रकरणं. प्रथम प्रकरण इज आगम प्रधान and it is atma tattva pratipatti upaya bhutam. Dvitiya prakarana is hetu pradhana. Hetu means yukti. So first two chapters, their theme we saw. Further we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayana Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Punaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om.